Aquarius, this is Stella. Welcome to your September reading. This reading is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising. Pretty much any placement in your chart. I tap into the, collective of Aquarius in and of itself. So this reading is for, the period of September. If you are brand new, welcome to Love Evolution. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so thankful to have you guys tuning in, each one of you. These readings are part of my higher purpose and my expression of the divine. I have been called to share my intuition, and my intention is always to provide you with more than just the surface level, what you can expect this month and the energy surrounding you. What you need to know in order to make the choices that are most aligned with your highest good. Everyone's highest good is different, right? We all have a unique purpose. Just briefly, I'll explain it. I like to say as if this earth is an organism in and of itself, then each one of us is like a cell within that organism. Each one of us has a unique purpose, a unique skill set, and a unique role to play that, when combined together, contribute to the well-being of the whole. So it can be pretty revolutionary if you've never, considered that concept, that, if you just thought destiny was some kind of nebulous concept and you haven't experienced it in your life. My intention is to help do that for you. As I said, I'm so grateful to each one of you guys because you allow me to express my gift. And if I can help one person, I can't ask for any more. So my intention is always to give you that reminder, right? To help you align with that higher purpose, that energy, and inspire you to go after it in your own life. So this month, I'm going to jump right in. The main part of your reading is done with the Morgan Greer Tarot. I do your challenge and solution with the Chrysalis Tarot. If I need clarity, I pull from the traditional Rider-Waite, and then at the end, I pull a Archangel Oracle and your power animal for the month. So, September. We are leaving the time of harvest, bounty, summer, right? And entering into a new season, right? Entering into a time of collecting the harvest. It's the third quarter of the year, almost, and we're getting to the point where we're starting to analyze what we've done this year up until now, and how can we assimilate and utilize it, moving forward. We've had we just had these 3 major eclipses starting in June, July, and August. So those were pretty revolutionary, and that energy is going to continue to, influence us over the next really, 3 to 6 months, through the rest of the year for sure. But in addition to that, we had like 5 major planets in retrograde, and they've finally all gone direct. So what that does, the retrograde slows everything down, right? And then the emotions, the full moon, the emotions, bring up patterns from our past. So karmic patterns, it could be people from your past, popping into your life unexpectedly. It could be patterns that, you recognize. You're in a new situation, but you recognize the same pattern, right? And the reason they come up is so that we can recognize them, and then combine that with the, light of the full moon, and it makes us feel it very strongly. So not only do we see what could change or what's limiting us, these old patterns, right? But we feel it, like it becomes acutely painful almost, right? And so now coming into September with those eclipses and retrogrades over with, Virgo season is upon us, and Virgo is all about analyzing, organizing, taking all that information and reassembling it, right? So in a way, you guys have a real leg up in this sense, because you are air sign, right? You are air, number one. You are so revolutionary. You know, you're so willing to accept new beliefs and new ideals, and that applies to yourself as well. So where a lot of the other signs are struggling to take these realizations they've had and look at themselves and go, maybe I hold some beliefs that hold me back, right? Maybe, like, for an example, Aries was really struggling with love and career. They've been doing really well in career, and all of a sudden, bam, the love goes up, got passion, new love in their lives. And many of them are struggling with, it's like they hold some preconceived idea that, you know, having a prosperous career and love at the same time is not possible. They're being challenged by that, right? Because if they want to accept this new love into their life, they're going to have to lay down that old belief, right? And adopt a new one that supports their circumstances, their expansion more. So that's just an example, okay? But that, in one way or another, is happening for all of the signs. And I think you guys really, the star, wonderful. I think you guys really have a heads up in that way, that you are not critical, but you're able to self-analyze. And that is a trait that is very difficult for a lot of people. So with that kind of theme in mind, what I got for you guys, the image I got when I was tuning into your energy was like a tidal wave, okay? A tidal wave of emotion. You're feeling a lot of strong emotions right now. And Virgo season kind of asks us to make sense, Chariot. We're going to leave that. Virgo season asks us to make sense of those emotions and those thoughts that we're having. And what can those emotions teach us about how we can move forward throughout the rest of the year? Okay, let me pull your Aquarius. What is going on for my Aquarians? What do Aquarians need to know in order to make the choices most aligned with their highest good? That's it. Past, present, future, above, below, and crossing you. Pull your challenge and guidance, and we'll start reading this. But right away, your card, the star, popping up. Six of Cups, new, renewed passion or emotional connection with somebody. Money on the mind, your material possessions, you know, but then also we got this Nine of Pentacles, really feeling your opulence, really feeling your wealth this month. It's beautiful. And then also a sense of, you know, like I said, with Virgo season being all about analyzing, right? And the year is coming to a close. We're coming to the point where, you know, the September equinox, right? Where light and dark is balanced, and we segue into a whole new season, a whole new cycle, right? You may be feeling a little bit of pressure internally in your mind, you know, to just to get things in order and to organize and to maybe even, you know, your physical material, you know, redo your closet, redo your home, those sorts of things. Really positive overall. So I think you guys may be feeling a little bit of a push, you know, like a little bit of like you're working against the clock in a certain way. With this Four of Swords reverse. This Four of Swords is all about rest, you know, rest and reflection. So in the reverse, it's feeling like you just don't have the time to do that. You know, if you want to accomplish all these things, you're going to have to really get it done, you know. But remember that Virgo season asks us, and even notice the leaves here, they're very reminiscent of fall, right? The red and brown leaves. So Virgo season asks us to slow down in a way and get really down to earth. How do we make material changes in our lives, in our lifestyles, our habits, our daily routines? How do we take what we've learned so far and apply it to our daily routines? And that requires reflection, okay? So if you're just running around and you're feeling like, you're feeling good, you're feeling in your element, this is your card, going after your dreams, assimilating more and more and more, accumulating wealth, taking time out to appreciate the luxuries in life. This woman has so many coins that she can afford to buy this beautiful exotic bird. She can afford to clothe herself, elegantly and opulently. And then here's this, renewal of connection. This could be with friends. It's more like somebody you already have a connection with, coming back and offering you something, some more emotions. Could be a friend, a heart-to-heart with a friend. It could be, your lover or your partner coming to you and just kind of, sharing their emotions with you, okay, in a very positive way. But there is this sense, and I'm getting it intuitively, of like almost rushing. Let me pick up this card real quick, because it's a little windy out here. I apologize. But this feeling of rushing, this Knight of Cups was upright. This feeling of rushing, and then with that comes wanting to hold on to your material resources, right? He's fully preoccupied by all the money, all the coins around him. But this is also a card of like, you are reflecting on your material resources and just wanting to retain them, right? Wanting to hold them close. In the recent past, we have you starting out on a new journey. One thing ending and a new beginning. I'm so sorry, Aquarius. I got to pick up this card real quick. I love to do these readings outside, but I cannot control Mother Nature, and sometimes the wind blows up. So, I really see you just enjoying yourself this month. I'm going to pull a clarity because you started something in the recent past. Some kind of new journey, some kind of new chapter. The Hierophant. So is it a school? Is it some sort of societal tradition? This could be a job, a traditional job. This could be a school, any kind of institution, starting a new journey with that. So for many of you, it'll be school. For many of you, it'll be a commitment with another. Marriage, even engagement, that's a societal tradition, right? So starting something new, it could even be as mundane as, you have a new relationship and you guys move in together because, that's a societal norm. When a relationship gets to a certain point, you move in together, right? That it could be something that mundane for you. But on your mind, you are, again, like that tidal wave, you're feeling a lot of strong emotions. You're feeling, I'm sorry, Aquarius. My cards are like really blowing everywhere here. You're feeling 8 of Cups, okay? You're feeling like you're having to walk away from something. A lot of emotions, like I said, and a lot of physical material resources here for you. The Hanged Man reversed. So you're hesitating about a decision to walk away from something. It's going to be different for everybody. But perhaps in the recent past to become part of this institution, whatever it is for you, you had to walk away from something. You know, maybe you're going to school and you had to leave a relationship behind, or it could even be the transition from, you've lived at home your whole life, you're young, and now you're going to school, or now you're going out in the world on your own. You're making that transition, you're making that you're opening that next chapter of what, societally societal ideals of some sort. But you're a little bit on the fence. You're a little bit on the fence. You're having to walk away from something emotional. It's going to be different for everybody, what it is, but it's causing you to feel, it's almost like, do you see this in this hanged man? Do you see the halo around his head? So he knows, this is faith, right? He knows he's going to be okay. But in the revert, or when it's upright, it's obvious that he's in a predicament, right? He can't escape. He's hung. He's stalled. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, right? But in the reverse, it takes on a little more positive meaning. Rather than your circumstances having you at a standstill, right? He could certainly bend down and untie that foot, right? And even his body position, it almost looks like he's dancing, right? So it's like you're intentionally staying somewhere. You're intentionally postponing this walking away. You're anticipating in your mind having to walk away from something that you care about very much, something that has a lot of emotion attached to it, for you. But you're stalling it, I'm not quite sure why, because we have all these beautiful cards up here. The star, your card, a love offering, and then opulence and wealth. Presently, this is what I was talking about with the tidal wave, okay? Strong emotions, okay? We're coming up on a new moon, right, the very, second week of September. But these are, very strong emotions. Yeah, perhaps you're worried about, I got 9 of Pentacles again, but this time it's reversed. So, something about this month, okay, the main theme this month is about feeling like you don't have time to waste. You're racing against the clock to pursue your dreams, to achieve your dreams, to get this star, right? Whatever your North Star is, it's like you're wanting the goal. But then here comes this emotional attachment, right? It's positive. It's positive, but it's influencing you heavily. And then this theme of realizing that you have enough, to be opulent, to spend on those little luxuries. Because with the moon, these strong emotions that are coming up, they're not necessarily negative. They're just strong. And when I pulled a clarity, I got the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So are you worried about, since you've started this new journey, whatever it is, are you worried that you're not going to be able to be prosperous where you are, right? Because we have the same thing here in your near future. This is your energy. This is what you're projecting for your future. Look, a brand new financial start, but it's in the reverse. So what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of losing? And what are you afraid of moving towards? Because we do have this opulence going on. And then crossing you, a lot of you are going out and eating, drinking, being merry, hanging out with friends, spending time with friends and family, good food, going to the club, going out to dinner, going to get a drink, just enjoying yourself. But then in the back of your mind, is this fear that you're not going to be able to take your wealth with you or create more wealth, as you start this new journey. Can I have one more for what is this 8 of Cups about? What is this 8 of Cups about? The Page of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups. Okay. So number 1, you're not expressing your emotions. This is what's on your mind. Subconsciously, we have the Knight of Cups. This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay, in your life. Somebody who is very emotional, very deep, but they're also honest, you know, they're also forthright. They're also reliable in that way. They have an emotional depth, okay? And this is what's on your mind. Subconsciously, you know, are you having to leave? Did this person offer you new love? You know, did they renew their, you know, emotions with you? And that's causing you to not want to leave them behind, you know? Three of Cups again. It could be a friend, but it's more likely a lover, you know, somebody you're celebrating with. And then as far as walking away again, we got the Page of Cups reversed. So, like, I don't see any heartbreak, okay? But I see this person is often a Pisces, or they could be a Cancer, Scorpio as well, but they're showing up in the reverse, and this is what you're having to walk away from. You know, somebody who is kind of manipulative, somebody who uses their emotions, you know, to get their way. And a heavy water sign. So for some reason, do you have some love attachment to this person, or do you, you know, you're hesitating to walk away from them? Alternatively, it could be your own emotional expression, you know, subconscious, because you are the moon right now. You are strong emotions. You know, you're very sentimental. You're thinking about what really matters to you, you know? And you may even be like distracting yourself by going out and drinking, you know, or going out and partying, spending time with people, celebrating. It's a good thing. But if it distracts you from expressing your emotions, what do knights do? They serve a cause, right? So the cause that the Knight of Cups serves is your emotions, the cause of your emotions. So subconsciously, this is what the influence you may or may not be so aware of. Things are trying to bubble up and find expression, you know? These emotions, these fears that you may have about this new start are trying to bubble up. And you're really thinking about what you're going to have to, you know, leave behind. I'm going to pull a clarity for this Ace of Pentacles too, because, I mean, it is beautiful. You know, it's a new start, but for some reason you're worried about it not happening. You're worried you're not going to prosper in this new place. Yeah, okay. So you guys are really going for your dreams, Aquarius. With the star, this is not only your card, okay, but it's also going for your dreams, being aligned, those things that you're like, you know, your wildest dreams, your biggest dreams for yourself. You've been working towards it, but you've got all this other stuff kind of coming up, like a small transition. It's already happened, it's in the past, but you're still really thinking about what you had to leave behind, right? It's like you stepped into a new chapter, but you're really thinking about what you've left behind and how you feel about it, and just all those emotions that come up with any goodbye, right? And you're actually, part of you is feeling very like upset about it, very maybe distraught, maybe even, you know, resentful about having to leave it, you know? And that's what's causing you to hesitate moving forward. It's like you certainly can move forward. You have this emotional connection with somebody, but you're feeling a lot of strong things because you're in this transition and you're worried about. The Three of Coins is all about working towards a higher ideal, okay? That dream you have, that goal you have. Doing real, tangible, physical work and getting results. The first results, the first proof that, you know, what you've been doing this whole time is going to pay off, right? And that is attached with this Ace of Pentacles reversed. So is it a new job? Are you going for like a career that aligns with your beliefs, or are you building a business on your own and you've really been working towards it, but now for some reason it's almost like now that it's becoming real, or now that you're feeling all these emotions come up, you're doubting if it's actually going to be a stable foundation, right? because it's something brand new. But again, like what I was saying about how you guys have an upper hand when it comes to assimilating new beliefs, right? You're very able to do that. You're very capable of doing that. So, yeah, okay. So, you're just, all that's happening, you're working towards your dreams. As we come into Virgo, that Virgo influence, this Four of Swords, okay, is asking you to slow down and rest. Slow down and not even rest, but just analyze. Take the time to really think about it. When you guys think about something, when you put your mind to something, you figure it out very quickly. However, your mind is not free to contemplate, your dreams or where you're going, because you're still preoccupied mentally with what you're leaving behind. You're still processing all those emotions, okay? But you're very, very clearly stepping into a new phase, and you're very clearly, you are abundant, you are opulent, and this is like, as an advice card, indulge yourself a little bit doing that. Why do we buy nice clothes? Why do we go out and drink with friends? I mean, of course, you don't want to go out to the point where it's causing you to not focus on these emotions, right? Or not, you're just trying to kind of bypass them. But the reason we indulge ourselves every once in a while is because of how it makes us feel. We recognize that when we feel good, good things happen in our lives, right? So you need to, you're feeling like you're racing against the clock, and it's causing unnecessary anxiety for you, okay? So this Virgo season is really asking you to just put everything into perspective. You're kind of freaking out a little bit because you've got all these emotions coming up, like that tidal wave, right? That I saw for you guys. But in reality, it's all very positive. Your challenge is the Corsair, okay? Knight of Spirals. Spirals in this deck are the wands in the traditional tarot. Inspiration, motivation, your morals, your values, okay? What is he? What is he? He's a pirate, right? The Corsair. What do pirates do? They hear a rumor, right? Or they hear a story of a treasure, right? And then they go out fearlessly into the unknown and they go seek that treasure, okay? So your challenge this month is to take that inspiration you have, this new financial start, this dream that you've been working towards, okay? And fearlessly pursue it, regardless of what else is coming up. Don't waste your time. Don't waylay yourself by going out and, to the point where you're not focusing on moving forward, right? You're only doing it to relieve the stress because you feel like, almost like you're running out of time, right? You feel like you have limited time to get this done. You're starting to have some up, and you're drinking and you're going out a lot to kind of soothe that anxiety. But in reality, what you need to do is, the challenge from the universe is to pursue that inspiration, okay? Pursue that inspiration. And then your advice is the sojourner, okay? King of Mirrors. What does a sojourner do? He travels, he journeys, right? And the King of Mirrors, same as the King of Cups, okay? Water element. So what is the opposite of journeying? Journeying outward. It would be to journey inward, right? In what realm? The realm of mirrors, the realm of cups, the realm of emotions, okay? So you need to take a masculine analytical approach, like borrow from this Virgo energy. Don't worry about this anxiety of feeling like you have to rush forward. Use that Virgo analytical energy to go inside and make sense of these emotions, okay? Because subconsciously, it's really trying to bubble up, and it's what's stopping you from realizing this Ace of Pentacles. The fact is, the Ace of Pentacles is there for you, right? This new beginning, this prosperous start is here for you. It really is, Aquarius. You've been doing work. It's just that you're doubting it right now, okay? And one thing I want to say is that when we get very close, Pisces is dealing with something very similar. When we get very close to actually achieving our goals, right? When we get to this 3 of coins, we've been doing work towards a higher ideal, and we start to see some actual material results, right? Maybe our first check comes in. Maybe we get our first clients. Maybe we have our first day at this new job, or whatever it is, something tangible, concrete. That's when the ego starts to really freak out, right? Because this new thing is bigger than what the ego knows, right? The ego has no precedent for anything new, right? It only knows what's already happened. So it's scared as hell. And that's when it starts to pipe up and say, no, you can't do it. Maybe you don't have the skills. Maybe, you're running out of time. Like whatever excuses, right? The ego is always afraid. And it's the heart, right? It's faith that allows us to make any changes and step out in any way, right? So that new start is there for you. And this whole ego like freaking out, well, how do you soothe that? By proving it wrong, by going to that first day of work and having it turn out well, right? And then adopting new beliefs, realizing that belief that tells you that you're running out of time really isn't serving you, right? So what can you replace it with? For you, it's not even so much replacing it this month. It's allowing the emotions to come up, okay? But it's the same energy of taking the realizations we've had in previous months, and then how do we incorporate it into our lives to move forward, okay? Because it's right there. You're the only one, that's not believing in your own success. It's right there for you. And you're also kind of trying to hold on to the wealth that you do have because you're worried that more may not come in. But it will, Aquarius. It's right there for you. So, what's the archangel guidance for Aquarius? You're right now, right? That tidal wave, the moon. Sensitivity, Archangel Hanael. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Does it get any clearer than that? You're not doing yourself any favors going out and partying or, just social events and gatherings, causing you to bypass these emotions because you've got to feel the emotion. The thing is, it's not even negative. All it is a little bit of like resentment or a little bit of uncertainty, right? Page of Cups is not a major negative emotion. It's personal feelings of like maybe a little bit of vindictive, maybe a little bit resentful, maybe a little bit hesitant, right? But it's not anything catastrophic. And it's only, like I said, because you are starting this new chapter and it's becoming real, and your doubts are starting to raise their ugly heads. So you got to work through those emotions. And it's like, if say you have an emotion that tells you, I don't know, say you're feeling really sad about what you've had to leave behind, even though you're excited about what you're moving towards. Let yourself feel that sadness, because if you don't, it's going to stay lodged in your body and you're going to carry it into this new chapter. So you've got to feel it to release it. You've got to feel it to release it, Aquarius. But, it's overwhelmingly positive. Okay, 2 things. Links, discernment. Look beyond immediate appearances, okay? If your situation is not looking how you'd like it to look beyond that and see the greater purpose, okay? See the greater meaning in it. Lynxes are incredibly perceptive. They are masters of, they can move silently. If you've ever seen one, their paws are like this big, because they have to walk on the snow, and they're silent, right? very, very perceptive, very stealthy, they're very quiet, very observing, okay? So allow yourself to tap into your environment. Also, if you are going out and drinking a lot, that's going to obscure your vision, okay? So discernment. And then rabbit, fertility. Your creativity is at its peak. Why? Because emotions. Your emotions are strong. Your creativity is at its peak. If you're having trouble expressing your emotions, go write in your journal. Go paint a painting. Go work some clay. Go do something physical, artistic, to express those emotions and take them from the, realm of your head to the real physical, tangible world. That's going to help you so much, Aquarius. So it's all a transition phase, and as long as you don't let these fears stop you from moving forward, you're going to be fine. But the advice is really to go inside and acknowledge and honor those emotions, okay? So, beautiful reading, Aquarius. You guys can check me out on Instagram and Facebook. I do a daily reading there. I'm working to create some more content, and I'm also, in the next coming months, I'm going to be putting some more content on this channel. Just spiritual topics, things, practices, and knowledge that have helped me. Trauma healing is something I really want to work with. And of course, I'm not a psychologist, but I do have a basic understanding. And if I can share what I know and help just one person, then I'm fulfilling my purpose. And I could not ask for more, right? So I'm so grateful to all of you. I love your comments, feedback, questions. If you have specific feedback about those topics or a suggestion, or about the reading, send me an email, or you can put it down in the comments below. I read every comment. I love them. And, the more and more I connect with you guys, the more I do this, each one of you that I connect with, it just affirms to me how grateful and happy I am to be able to share my gift, So thank you. I think that's about it. I love you guys. You can read the description down below if you want to check out those links. And I will see you in October.